I ask you for your guidance as we discuss what's on the agenda. Lord, we are grateful to be here to for your for this meeting and fill our time with your presence and wisdom. Help us to work together with harmony and respect towards our common goal, and just be with the people that are still coming. And just thank you, Lord, for everything you're blessing us with moistures. And I ask you in I ask you in your name. Amen.
Oops, take it. Oops. Thank you, Madam Vice President, for the prayer. Okay, moving on down over to the Pledge of Allegiance. Madam Secretary will provide that and lead us into that.
Asho da shistasi. Kaya ashladingo belchahod zoigi bedahnat ashilnaligo benina biche adishne hala ajoba dose hasin ye kaya asa ante el antene ye aheta holzen benache ajoba do bezili beda hini tha ahe.
Thank you very much for that, Madam Secretary. Okay, moving on over to the approval of the agenda. So, Madam Secretary, if you could go ahead and read the agenda into the record.
Preliminaries, number 2, reports, chapter and community reports. Number 2, presentation. Number 3, ARPA project update, proposal date of completion, November 2025. Number 3, old business. 4, new business. Number 1, TBK 2025-2 86-001, accepting and approving the September 2025 budget report. Number 2, TBK 2025-286-002, accepting and approving budget cash receipt deposit for September 2025 in the amount of $1,110.51 as budgeted. Number 3, TBK 2025-286-003, accepting and approving the budget transfer of 2,000 from 36-6380 building material to Fund 36-6503 repair and maintenance vehicles 2,000 to cover the shortfall to date that were not anticipated. Number 4, TBK 2025-286-004, approving and supporting staff and official travel to fiscal year 2025 Reservation Economic Summit on March 23rd, 2026 to March 26, 2026. Number 5, TBK 2025-286-005, approving and supporting the extension of the office specialist position into the 2026 fiscal year for another term of 80 hours. Number 6, TBK 2025-286-00, supporting Navajo Nation Council legislation number 0219-25 to restore funding for the legislative and judicial branches in the Navajo Nation fiscal year 2026 comprehensive budget. Number 7, TBK 2025-286-007, recommending the 25th Navajo Nation Council and Navajo Election Administration Board of Education Supervisor to work in unison to place Navajo Nation President Dr. Boo Van Nygren to administrative leave without pay and have Navajo Nation Vice President Michelle Matoya as acting Navajo Nation President due to breach of fiduciary trust to the Navajo people, such leave will serve the best interests of the Navajo Nation. Number 8, TBK 2025-286-008, approving and supporting Sehassan Fund transfer of 64,000 from Ts'ah Bii Power Line Project to Ts'ah Bii Warehouse Project due to increase in costs. Number 9, TBK 2025-286-009, approving and supporting Sehassan Fund transfer of $2,809.55 from Ts'ah Bii Chapter House Wiring Project to Ts'ah Bii Warehouse Project due to increase in costs. 10, TBK 2025-286-010, approving and I'm sorry. The landfill withdrawal designated for Thompson.
Thank you, Madam Secretary. I'll go ahead and take over. TBK 2025-286-010, approving and supporting the land withdrawal designation for the Thompson family burial plot located at GPS location 36 degrees 3652.4 north and 110 degrees 47.050 west for 1.5 acre. This designation was approved by the Resource and Development Committee, RDC, under RDC JN-33-15, which delegates authority to the Director of the Navajo Land Department to approve land withdrawals on the Navajo Nation and approve the administrative rules and regulations for the land withdrawal, sponsored by Danielle Thompson. Number 11 is TBK 2025-286-011, accepting and supporting the student financial assistance to the eligible applicants in the amounts requested, sponsored by the chapter administration. Number 12, hold on here. Number 12, TBK 2025-286-012, approving and supporting assistance to veteran Marilyn Crank for hardship of $398 assistance as determined eligible based on the Ts'ah Bii Veterans Organization's policy, sponsored by the chapter administration. Number 13, TBK 2025-286-013, approving and supporting the land withdrawal designation for the Calamity Burial Plot located at GPS location 36 degrees 37 16.19 north and 110.43.59.51 west for 1.5 acres. The designation was approved by the Resource Development RDC under RDC JN-33-15, which delegates authority to the Director of the Navajo Land Department to approve land withdrawals and on the Navajo Nation and to approve the administrative rules and regulations for the land withdrawals, sponsored by Wayne Nez. Number 14. Number 14, TBK 2025-286-014, demanding the Division of Aging and Long-Term Care Support, DALTEX, and the Division of Community Development, DCD. For those that are online, if you guys could please mute yourself. Okay, where was I at? All right. DCD immediately begin design meetings and construction planning for the Ts'ah Bii Senior Center project, sponsored by the chapter chapter officials. And number 15. TBK 2025-286-015, approving and supporting the revision of the Community Land Use Planning Committee, CLUPC bylaw and plan of operation, sponsored by CLUPC. Number 16, TBK 2025-286-016, approving and supporting the drawdown of Sehassan funds in the amount of $216,000 from the Ts'ah Bii Solid Waste Transfer Station project to implement and complete the project, sponsored by chapter officials. Number 17, TBK 2025-286-017, approving and supporting the land withdrawal designation for the Bryant Burial Plot located at GPS location 36 degrees 40 35 and 8 inches north, 110 degrees 44 feet 37.1 inches west, for 1.5 acre lot to develop. This designation was approved by the RDC Resource and Development Committee, RDC, under RDCJN-33-15, which delegates authority to the Director of the Navajo Land Department to approve land withdrawals on denomination and approve the administrative rules and regulations for the land withdrawal, sponsored by Thomas Bryant. Number 18, TBK 2025-286-018, approving and supporting the to compensate public employment program office specialist participants for Veterans Day, Thanksgiving, Navajo Nation Family Day, Christmas days, and New Year's Day, and in appreciation to their dedication to the community projects and events sponsored by the administration. Number 19 is to be determined. Number 20 is to be determined. Announcement: St. Mary's food distribution is October 27th, 2025. Daylight savings time ends November 10th, or correction, November 2nd. Upcoming scheduled meetings: chapter meetings Monday, October 13 at 10 a.m. Next chapter meeting, planning meetings Monday, November 3rd at 10 a.m. Next chapter meeting is going to be Monday. That needs to be corrected, but that is actually going to be November 10th, Marine Corps birthday, just so you know. November 10th, at 10 a.m. here. Then we have the grazing permittee meetings Tuesday, October 14th. Chanto permittees meeting October 15th at TBK. Western Agency grazing is October 20th at 9 a.m. CLAPC is October 23rd at 10 a.m. TBK Veterans will be November 3rd at 1 p.m. NOS Regional Council is going to be Saturday, October 25th at Natas On Chapter at 9 a.m. Then we have adjournment. Okay, being that the resolution or the agenda has been read into the record, do I have a motion to accept the agenda? Laverne. Is it Laverne? Loretta, sorry. Oh, my bad. Sorry. Gave you a new name. Sorry about that. Okay, second. Do I have a second? Thomas Bryant. Okay, with that, the only request that I have is to add line item number 6 under the preliminaries, number 6, which is going to be the approval of the special meeting minutes of October 4th, 2025. And those would be the updates to this agenda. Ashakosh, and Thomas, okay, thank you very much. They concur. So with that, we will have number 6 line item approval for the last meeting's minutes for the special meeting that we held on October 4th. Okay, with that, any other comments, questions, additions to this agenda? Okay, and hearing none, we'll go ahead and move on to call for the vote. Madam Vice President, could you go ahead and take roll? All those in favor, raise your hand. I'm sorry. Twenty-one. Elvira Begay, how do you vote? And Jamie, how do you vote?
I motion
Okay,
with raising my hand.
okay, thank you very much. Jamie, how do you vote? Okay, we have a total of 23 in favor. Oppose? Abstain? 4.
Good
Okay.
morning, Dellard.
Approve. Good morning. Who's this?
This is Priscilla. I want to
Priscilla.
vote too.
Priscilla Sosi?
Yes,
Okay, hold on.
approve the agenda.
Okay, so we'll have 24 in favor, 4 abstain.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much for that. Again, going back to approval of the agenda was motion and second. We have 24 in favor, 0 opposed, and 4 abstain. Okay, moving on to the last meeting minutes. Let me pull that up here. Again, the last meeting minutes are also posted inside the hall over there. So if you guys have any other questions or anything like that, you guys have the ability to review the last meeting minutes there. Let me move this over here. So we'll just go ahead and go over this real quick. Approval of the agenda, September 8th, 10 a.m. Meeting was called to order at 11:32. Motion invocation was done by Thomas Bryant. Pledge of Allegiance by Commander Goodman. Approval of the agenda is Vice President reads the agenda into the record. Motion by Billy, second by Thomas. Vote is 25 in favor, 0 opposed, 3 abstain. Approval of the agenda, approval of the meeting minutes of August 11th. Motion by Patty, second by Laverne. Vote. Loretta, I don't have a girlfriend that's named Laverne. Thank you. Okay. A vote is 26 in favor, 0 opposed, and 3 abstain. Reports were provided according to the individuals who provided the reports. Move on down to the presentations. So the Community College Band and Bond Initiative provided their report as well. Again, just a quick overview of that is that Flagstaff, Page, and Williams are going to be getting some facilities. And so if we vote this November, there should be some funds allocated to pay for some of those programs that are going to be coming to those cities. So moving on down to ARPA, Stanford provided a report, and then approval of new business. Number 1, which was accepting and approving the August 2025 budget report. A motion by Billy, second by Laverne. Approval is 24 in favor, 0 opposed, and 9 abstain. Number 2, accepting the cash receipt deposits. Was motion by Jamie, second by Diana. Approval is 28 in favor, 0 opposed, and 7 abstain. Number 3 is the student financial report. Student financial applications. Motion by Jamie Noticing, second by Patty. Approval is 28, 0 opposed, and 7 abstain. Number 4 is approval of the housing discretionary funds. Motion by Jamie, second by Patty. The vote is 28 in favor, 0 opposed, and 7 abstain. Number 5 was the designation or recognition of the Purple Heart community for the Navajo Nation. Motion by Gina Blake, second by Delphina Klitzel Goodman. Votes 29 in favor, 0 opposed, and 6 abstain. Number 6 is the planning and regular meeting scheduled to be hosted on the first Monday and second Monday of each month or to be determined. Motion by Priscilla, second by Diana. 28 in favor, 0 opposed, and 7 abstain. Number 7 is approval of the veterans hardship. That one is motion by Patty, second by Billy. Vote is 29 in favor, 0 opposed, 6 abstain. Number 8 is urging the nomination president, the office of the controller, to appropriate funds to the chapters in a timely manner for the comprehensive budget to continue the operations and to avoid interruptions. That one was motion by Gina, second by Billy Goodman. Approval 29 in favor, 0 opposed, and 6 abstain. Approving number 9 is approving and supporting the budget transfer of $4,900. This again looks like it was for the veterans portion, and that one was motion by Delphine, second by Billy. Vote is 30 approved, 0 opposed, and 5 abstained. Then we had our announcements, and then the upcoming meetings, and then we adjourned at 1:16 p.m. The motion by Billy, second by Priscilla. Vote is 30 in favor, 0 opposed, and 5 abstained. We adjourned at 1:16. That is the overview for that meeting minutes. I'll go ahead and entertain a motion to accept the meeting minutes. Thomas, second.
I accept.
Byron,
Yes, I accept.
thank you. Comments, questions regarding meeting minutes? Hearing none, go ahead and call for the vote. All those in favor, Madam Secretary, could you go ahead and take roll call? All those in favor, raise your hand up high. Two. Okay. 29, 30. We had quite a number of people walked in. Cool. 30 in favor, oppose, abstain. Stanford, can you give me that sign-in sheet real quick? Thank you very much, Shasha. Thank you. Yeah. I was just kidding when I said earlier. That would be 30, 36 in total. So 6 abstain for the approval of the meeting minutes for September. It was passed by 30 in favor, 0 opposed, and 6 abstain. Okay, moving on down to the special meeting minutes. Let me pull that up. Okay, motion, we have a special meeting minutes on the board here. Special meeting minutes for October 4th, 10 a.m. meeting. It was called to order at 10:49 a.m. Teddy Blake provided invocation. Priscilla Benali provided the Pledge of Allegiance. Approval of the agenda was Jamie, second by Gina Blake. Vote is 22 in favor, 0 opposed, and that is wrong. So it's 22 in favor, 0 opposed, and 5 abstained. So we'll add that as a correction. Okay, number 1, TBK 2025-277001, which is the approving and adopting the Ts'ah Bii chapter FY 2026 budget of the general funds and fixed cost general funds, 12.5 million general funds 2 land claims funds, trust funds, and special revenue funds in the amount of $340,150 as budgeted according to the attachment sponsored by the administration. The president provided the overview, and we did not get the numbers until October 1st. And so being that we were under a stringent timeline to get utilities paid and all that, we called a special meeting. So once that happened, motion was done by Jamie, second by Mary Alice. A vote is 22 in favor. Again, these things need to be corrected, which was 0 opposed and 5 abstained. Number 2, which is approving and adopting the Ts'ah Bii chapter FY 2025 to 2026 carryover of the general funds, fixed cost general funds, 12.5 mil general funds 2 land claims funds, the special revenue funds, and the amount of $471,249.89 as budgeted according to the attachment. Again, this is just carryover funds going from one year to another year. Motion by Patty, second by Mary Alice. Vote is 23 in favor, 0 opposed, and 4 abstained. Then we had our announcements, and then we adjourned at 11:01 a.m. President Gina Blake motion, second by Mary Alice, and vote is 22 in favor, 0 opposed, and 5 abstained. With those corrections, we can go ahead and have that in the motion. To change those. But other than that, that's the overview. Okay, looks like something's off here. Okay, Madam Secretary provided me the correct votes. It's actually for the approval of the agenda was 20 in favor and 0 opposed, 7 abstain. And then going down to number 1, which was 22 in favor, 0 opposed, and 5 abstain. And then number 2 is 23 in favor, 0 opposed, and 4 abstain. Okay, that's correct. And 22, yeah, so the first one would just need to be changed along with the voting descriptions here. So those are the only corrections that need to be done on the meeting minutes. So with that, we'll go ahead and motion. Do I have a motion? Danielle? Second? Mr. Sinna, Janine, Henry. Okay. Okay, with those corrections as well. So comments, questions regarding the meeting minutes? Okay, hearing none, we'll go ahead and call for the vote. Madam Secretary, could you go ahead and take roll? For all those in favor, raise your hand. Thirty, 31, 32. See, who else is on? 32, so Elvira, how do you vote? Priscilla, how do you vote?
I motion.
33. Linda,
Green.
I got you, never mind. Priscilla,
Green.
34. Oppose? Abstain, 2. Okay. Approval of the last meeting minutes for the special meeting, October 4th, was a motion and second. We have a 34 in favor, 0 opposed, and 2 abstain. Okay, moving on to the reports. Go. So as your chapter president, I have okay. So with that, we have again been meeting with various departments of the Navajo Nation. We again have been trying to get with the people over at the senior centers to try to get the conversation started over here. And again, there's another turnaround seems like up there, so we have to keep re-explaining these things to that department. And so hopefully this resolution that we have presented today will be able to at least get them to the table again. With that, we also had the Navajo Route 16 meeting over in Tonalea. The update was that our route, Navajo Route 16 South, and then Route 21 are the 2 Western Agency projects that will be going towards the T-TIP program. So, so being that it's already been in motion and now people over there in the BIA office and everybody else knows, we are going to be putting that project onto the T-TIP program. So hopefully that'll help pay. From what I understand is that it's going to be $4 million per mile. So with that, we are working with, yesterday I had a meeting with Shandine Parrish, the being Budget and Finance Committee Chair, to discuss the options on what else we can do to get some additional funding to approve that. And so we also have another meeting coming up later to hopefully talk to ADOT and NDOT to see if there's any additional funding. And then if you guys have any grant writers or know of any grant writers, please send them my way. I can present you my card. That way you guys have the ability to email me. So if you guys have grant writers or anybody like that, please let me know. We also did, again, as you guys all know, we did do our walk down. We counted at least 14 cattle guards that are going to be put in place, and each one of those cattle guards would cost about $6,000. And so we have consolidated some of those roads. So that's one thing we're working on. The rural addressing portion. So if you guys could get with me, and I can provide you guys the signage. We will have some people posting in the road signs and then your house numbers. So can you grab me one of those? Just one of those? Just anyone. It's fine. Okay, so these ones here are what we Student Youth Employment has made for everybody. So everybody within the community of Ts'ah Bii will be receiving one of these, okay? So what we'll do is you'll be putting this on your house that's close, that make sure that it's visible towards the road. That way the individuals have the ability to see where you're at and whatnot. We did finally get our signs outside. It's outside in the back here. So we will have our new road names, our road numbers and all that other stuff here momentarily. So we did hire for 3 laborers. We are going to be hiring 3 laborers to get those posts put in the ground, and we're working with NTOA to make sure that we don't cross any of their right of ways or anything like that. So we're working on making sure we can get those signs in place. And so I do have the letters for all the community members. If you guys just show me where you guys live at again, then I'll print out those letters so you guys have your permanent address. We have a next NOS meeting that's coming up in Navajo Mountain at the 25th. So you guys are all open to be there. We did have a special meeting yesterday for the Western Navajo Agency Council. We sponsored 4 resolutions there to pretty much no confidence in the president and to basically put him on admin leave. So we sponsored that yesterday at Tonalia, and they all passed. We are working with the contractors and the project manager over here for the warehouse. As I reported to you guys last special meeting, was that we have a shortfall of $53,000. And so currently right now, the reason why I have the shortfall is because the material cost. So you guys have to understand too, is back in 2022 is when they made the estimates for the warehouse to have $1.2 million. It was probably okay during that time to build a warehouse for $1.2 million. But since then, we waited almost a year and a half to finally get the funds to us. And as you guys all know, we had a new election. We had the federal government had their new election during that time. So tariffs went up, materials, all that stuff had gone up. So the cost of the building materials and whatnot with that also gone up. As you guys know, we're still working with the 2022 numbers, and they didn't give us any increase in that. And so some of these are shortfalls due to that. So which is why, luckily, with some of the projects that we've already completed here on the Sihasin side, we have some left over. And so some of that funds, we're going to carry that over and hopefully pay for the rest of the amount, so we don't have to worry about taking any money back to the Navajo Nation. So those resolutions are entertained in here too as well. And so I'll explain it when I get to that point. But other than that, 53,000 was for that in order for the NTUA to upgrade the single phase coming into the chapter. The building was designed to have a 400 amp. And so they needed to upgrade the infrastructure, the utility lines, to make it a 3-phase. So now that they made their estimates, and so we're going to try to use the extra additional funds that we have to pay for that. So other than that, I think that's the report that I have for you. We'll go ahead and move on to the VP. Again, I kind of want to stress those that are presenting and try to at least make it a 5 minute or less.
是拿 2 minutes 了。呀，这啊，那总看了，哎，啊，都谁呀probably the only thing is I want to add to President's report is I did mention it to him, and my sister was supposed to provide pictures to me, but I just want to make you guys aware about the food bank. But they bring food, and some of you guys get food from the food bank. Be cautious about it. Some, I guess, she noticed some of them were dumped off over there by the that county line behind that brick wall, or that Chankawagi brick walls, and the, I guess certain people, I guess they just dump it there. If you don't need it, I just ask you to you know, let these guys know that you don't need it. That way other people will get them. And I wanted her to be present here, but she's not here. So that's about it. And then President didn't even, what he didn't mention was the NEPI Edo. They came and they drop off flour and potatoes. So hopefully you guys got those. Yeah.
Madam Secretary, Treasurer.
Yeah. Could all shut that down again, my leaders, colleagues over here. Yeah. Today it's kind of hard for me. As you all know, Mom Alice went home, and then part of my family too. We got the news last night, so when it came to cemetery stuff, it's not in mind that you have for your family. But anyway, I apologize for that. Otto, I'm just blank. Dita, October 28th is coming up. I attend this training. No, it's not a training, it's an information. Navajo Nation Reform Proposal Plan. They're going to come to our chapter house on that day. Former Attorney General, Mr. Harrison Sosi is going to be here. Ada, he's going to tell us about all the Navajo Nation laws, the policy, and what is this? What do you think? No, Ada. Please be here. It's an all-day thing. And then we'll provide lunch for you guys. So, and a lot of you have questions. You're going to have your questions toward the Attorney General of the Navajo Nation, our former, he's representing that. So I tell you, it's very interesting. We ask him to buy the ania. So Navajo Mound, Shanto, because we have a lot of questions for our area. The content hinago the honeliki, Ada Didol Kitolel, Edolel. And again, I always say, yeah, I keep saying that you guys matter. You guys are the one, your vote really matters and your voice really matters for us.
Oh, yeah. Questions, comments for the chapter officials? Thomas. Okay, I'll have the, oh, I'll have the, I already forwarded it to them earlier, so I'll let them know to print out some more copies for you guys before you guys leave today. Okay. All right, thank you guys very much for that. We will go ahead and move on to Vernon. Guess he's tied up with something else. Moving on to Head Start Senior Center. Carol Begay. Not here. Head Start. We have vacant. CHR. We have vacant. Veterans. Okay, so being that I also the vice commander for the veterans organization, the only thing I can report out, I'll report out on Billy's behalf. We went ahead and provided we ordered coupons. So the veterans will be given the coupons for like, I think $50 vouchers. So you guys can go to Bash's, Walmart, any of the grocery stores that would accept that. Veterans will be able to get that for them, so to help you guys with the groceries and all that stuff. So if you guys have veterans in your family, have them come on out and listen in on those meetings. We also have food boxes that are still available. I believe Billy still has that. So if you guys haven't received yours, please go over there. We do have merch as well. So like hoodies and hats. Billy has that as well. If you guys have any questions, please go over to him. We did pass our budget for next fiscal year, for this coming fiscal year. So the opportunity to apply for any veterans trust fund initiatives, being that it's energy, hardship, traditional healing, or like school, not schools, like the assistance for education or like conferences or anything like that, that you guys want to go to, that veterans can go to, have the ability to submit those applications to Western Agency. We do have our trust, we do have a hardship pot here at the chapter house. So we'll be voting on one of those members here to give them that check. But you got to understand that was back in 2014. And all we have been doing is just carrying that forward until now. So being that we had like well over 20 something thousand since 2014, we've just been carrying that over, and we moved all that stuff to hardship to assist with the veterans. So since the last year, we've had a number of veterans who applied for that. And so I think we have one more application available to fully exhaust that funds. It kind of took us a year and a half to finally get to this point. So if you guys have any veterans, please go to the chapter, fill out the application, and then we should be able to get you guys cut a check by next month. And so one more application for that. Other than that, we do have our next meeting on the next time we have our planning meeting, which is the 3rd. So please all come on out. We do plan on doing a veterans dinner, I believe. So be on the lookout for that as well. Okay, that's my report for the veterans. Club C, Jamie. Any of the Club C members want to provide a report? You're gonna have to come up here and take this mic because we got people online too that want to hear.
Good morning. My name is Danielle. I'm part of the Club C member. I'm the Club C secretary. There is, I believe, 4 projects that we are working on. One of them is the N16 road that Dellard already talked about. And the other is road signage for the N16 main road that's this way up north. And next one is the burial, community burials. There's a lot of procedures that go into it, and there's a flow chart that was provided by the General Land Development Department, which you go by, which is this right here. If you'd like copies, we can give you copies of it. And I think the chapter office also has copies if you'd like them. And other projects is also the rural addressing. We're also told to do that. So we'll be going to community house, to your home, to get some information that will go into the website that we're told we need to address all homes for rural addressing. That would be for emergency purposes. And that then we're going to be registering and landmarking for names for homes. Also illegal dumping as well. So that will be addressed. Those are some of the projects that we're working on right now. Thank you. Any questions? Thank you.
Thank you very much for that. Okay, moving on down to Coconino County representatives. Angie, are you with us? Okay, nobody. Judy B. Gay. Okay, about Coconino County elections. Are you guys with us? Okay. So right there, there's a green little slip right there on that little poster board, right next to the whiteboard and the then the exit right there. There's a little green slip right there. If you guys have the opportunity to review those election dates, please register too as well for the county, because there are some really good initiatives that are coming out. It's like I was telling you, the community college for, what was that? Coconino County Community College's bond initiative to get the 3 programs, one in Williams, one in Page, and one in at their campus. Page, I believe, will get some housing for the teachers, but also improve some of the vocational programs as well, I believe. Also Williams as well, they'll get vocational programs. And so, have your kids register for those programs so that way they have the ability to get some good paying jobs out there. So other than that, moving on to presentation, Council Delegate Herman, hold on, one more.
I'm sorry. November 4th, go voting for county. I don't know about Navajo Nation, but county, Navajo, Coconino County voting on November 4th. So come by and vote.
And I believe that's at the church, right? Yeah, at the church. So, okay, moving on to presentations for the Council Delegate Herman Daniels. Herman Daniels, are you online? Okay, moving on down to Robert.
Scott, can you hear me?
Yep, you're gonna have to yell because you're kind of coming in low.
Okay. How about now? Is it okay?
You need to speak up just a little bit more.
Oh, okay. Hopefully, I can. This is loud enough now. Chair and vice chair, Admiral Secretary,
Okay.
District Basic Committee member, and everybody in attendance. My name is Robert T. Buck Jr. I'm the legislative assistant for Delegate Herman Daniels. Delegate Herman Daniels, he couldn't be in attendance today, even though we made the request to him to see if he could come in person. But we had a ceremony in Kinahaya yesterday, so we asked for this beneficiary 4 days. So no, he had to stay put for 4 days. So, but I'll be making the report for him that he has. First of all, starting out with the legislative branch budget, which was subject to line item veto. Another attempt was made with amended legislation 0219-25 to fund the judicial branch and the legislative branch. Only the judicial branch, but for the legislative branch, he did partial approval, I guess, if I can describe it that way, meaning that he only approved about a month's worth of operation to go forward. So in 1 month, hopefully by between now and then, there's an agreement in place to approve the legislative budget for FY26 for the legislative branch. Out on the legislative branch, they're trying to seek remedies to address what's going on with the budget. In this case, the council staff are reaching out to chapters and regional councils to see if they can get support with approving resolution to say that the legislative branch and the judicial branch needs to be funded to President Nygren. So I don't know. The next one that's going on is what Shitaya announcement. Resolution is being passed for the recommendation from agency councils or chapters to consider approving putting the president and president on administrative leave or removal pending, I guess, taking care of some of the inquiries that are being out there in cases like, I guess, investigations that were started so that those can be done and completed. And then also, if it's warranted, then the recommendation is asking for removal. Don't know that. As Dillard said, Chair Dillard said that there's a Western Agency Council that passed resolutions yesterday, and then also Chinle Central Agency Council, and then also Eastern Agency Council, Port Defiance Agency Council. So they approved resolutions with these recommendations. On the going on to next one would be Navajo Nation Council also filed an injunction and temporary restraining order to stop the attempt to remove the controller, Sean McCabe. I guess this is what's impacting the nation. The president said that Mr. McCabe, you're no longer working, and he appointed a temporary interim person to be in there, but the council is not recognizing this person. This person is Ms. Elva R. Tom. So I think that's being addressed too, meaning that the council aide, they have the position that Sean McCabe is still the controller. On the that he should be in there until I guess the council concurs the removal, and the council also has to concur who's being considered to be an appointment or to be the interim director. So because this action taken by the president, they're considering it illegal because I thought he made that decision to let the Mr. McCabe go and then put in Tom as controller. The next one is Acting Attorney General Colin Bradley. Confirmation on us that on the road to confirming, which I guess goes up to the Navajo Nation Council. AA with a stop at the Ts'ah Bii meeting last Thursday, and they did not confirm Colin Bradley. So I imagine this would
probably go on to the Navajo Nation Council session to see what's going to happen with that one. But out on that, Delegate Daniels initiated the process to a lot of the legislations that he had to put on hold due to the family issues that he was dealing with. He's picking them back up, and one of them is legislation 0094-25, which is seeking funding, and I believe it's $250,000 from the Navajo Nation's General Funds, or I think the Citizen Funds, so to create a turnoff lane and a passing lane at the Tedadine Tour, which is on the east side of the page going towards Kaibito, around about 13 miles of Craggy, between behind a touring operation. They're seeking dollars from the council to help match funds with ADOT and whoever is matching, so that they can this turnoff can be constructed so that it creates a little bit easier turnoff, or to get in the turnoff lane would be going west, so that you're not stopping traffic in the middle of the road. So apparently there was some casualties that happened in the kid. On the right now, since the delegate is pretty much back on the road, pending his 4-day observance for Wikinayagi, we're working on setting up meetings with NTUA, NDOT, and CPMD to get up on get familiar, get up to speed on the status of the project, all of the 4 chapters that he's working with, including Navajo Mountain, which has a resolution trying to get passed for expending the ARPA dollars. So, it is so. Delegate Daniels, thank you, Shida.
Oh, thank you very much, Don, for providing that report on behalf of Delegate Daniels. He did provide us a written report, so I'll post it on the website. That way you guys can review it. Otherwise, if you guys want a copy, please let me know. Okay, moving on down over to Shada. Grazing.
Oh, yeah, det shouldn't I? Go and hano yahay. Chapter meeting. I'm pretty done with for this year's tally count. I just got to turn in the papers window out the Otuba agency. The way last month we did our roundup. We combined it, Shanto, on hits a beacon. We did one low yate. Oh, yeah. Sombreros up on the big. We got about 17. We did it only one day out of we move across Lake Shanto. The Black Mesa silo, yeah, they did an entrapment. They captured for 27. I just clean Bekashido. Unbranded ones and unbranded bulls, 7 dashindedi in that lado. If you have an unbranded yearling on Naga, tribe can take it. It's unbranded. There shouldn't be an unbranded yearling, shouldn't be walking around out there. We're gonna have another one. Another roundup. End of this month. Same two Shanto down here. We're gonna have another one. Those can't get done a district meeting. Our agency meeting is going to be on the 23rd. District meeting, the area. You can't be asking questions at the district meeting. Grazing, the Western Agency grazing officers, they with the BIA and one they're out there. The Department of Agriculture. Ito hanato, you can come. But the meeting is only for between those three. Grazing official, do BIA, do window right there. Either, yeah. Either, but you can see, oh, hanato, you can listen and add. Either, what the? Either, Shanhanasha. Thank you.
Questions? Okay, moving on. Mr. Burns, did you have anything for us today? Comments, question? I'll give you 2 minutes.
So I'm Judge Barnes. I'm literally just out here because I want to come out every 6 months and make sure you still know I exist. And I'm not coming out to ask for signatures and everything all the time. So I'm just here to say hi. If there's anything that you need, anything that you're having troubles with the court. But I do want to make you aware of one new thing that's coming out. I was just made aware by the Superior Court that they're doing this new, you're going to see a new photo booth it's kind of like a phone booth. And the first place you're going to see it pop up is going to be in Tuba City. What is happening is Coconino County Superior Court has received some funding to make it easier for people to get to court for Superior Court by not having to drive down to Flagstaff all the time. And so what they have done is my boss, Judge Reed of the Superior Court, actually asked me where on the reservation that I thought we would need those types of booths because they have some funding and they're just looking at places to put them. I threw you guys under the bus as a place to start it. I said they could use one out here. I said it would be a great place to put it because we could put it here so it could serve both you guys and Navajo Mountain. And that way we could maybe get one out here. So what it is it's a big photo booth kind of thing. It's supposedly very durable and it has a code that you have to be able to put into it, but it lets people come here. And the biggest issue is the internet access and having the internet access to be able to put the booth out here. So once because I see you guys are having internet come in here right now, right? So that's going to help because that'll probably make it easier for them to bring that out here to you guys. And the goal is just to make it so that you guys don't have to drive to Flagstaff. It'll also be able to be used for the city court and for justice court as well. So the hope is to make that so that you don't have to travel into Page all the time to do court. So that's just the one thing I wanted to make you aware of something coming out. But I will tell you that I'm going to be starting to ask people for signatures because I am only elected for 2 years this time because of Judge Roberts' passing. So I'll be looking to be reelected next year. So any questions from anybody on anything for the Page Justice Court? All right. I did bring cookies, so you can have my wife's cookies. That's the only thing she'll do for me.
Thank you.
I don't think that's going to work I don't know if they're going to hook that up to probation at all, if that's going to be something that they'll do or not. It's basically just to attend court. So it's a booth that's going to have court available in it. So his question is how will that affect probation? And that's not been something that they're doing with probation yet. It's not going to be a check-in for probation yet. I don't know. That might be something that I could suggest to Judge Reed as a possibility to make that available as well. All right. Anything else? All right. Thank you for giving me a few minutes.
Thank you very much for that, Ms. Burns. Okay, with that, so we will go on to the update for the warehouse and electrical. Shazad, Stanford.
Yeah, Dillard's at 5 minutes, Nina. So I'll keep it 5 minutes. Oh, yeah, that's Stanford Lake and she, what Nesha, the East in Asha, because the sun snow dog, what it's in the buses chain dog, Kiani does it, dog, Tohane does another. I'm the project manager for 2 projects for the inscription house for last, now it's been over a year now since July of 2024. I'll start with the project with the warehouse that's just outside here, just the north of here. So the general contractor I'm working with is Rick Pierce, the Bilgana guy that has been here living the RV trailer during the weekdays. So on that on the project on the warehouse, we're about probably 96% complete. The tentative completion date is probably November 26th, which will be next month towards the end. Mainly what he needs to do is put in some interior finishes like doors and just baseboards and painting, things like that in the interior of the offices and the restrooms that's on the south side of the building, inside the building. He's completed the electrical, pulling the electrical lines, and I think he has a few things, other miscellaneous stuff that he needs to put in. Another thing he needs to put on the outside is the underground propane tank. And then he's waiting on NQA on a sort of like a change order on the water line. I think there's a connection that wasn't done correctly, so he notified NQA on that. So, and then another thing, I think the major thing right now is, as Dillard mentioned, there's a change order, but the change order is more of, it's a cost that NQA for him to design and put in the power line from a certain location to the electrical box that Rick Pierce put in on the southeast corner. So they gave a fee of that, and then so that should be on the agenda here coming soon that Dillard will be talking about. So that should be, like I said, that should be completed at the end of November, and they should have either open house or grand opening. That's based what the chapter will have on schedule. Then the last item, we gave 22 homes, the rewire electrification project. Last month in September, I visit all 22 resident homes just to verify how much the general contractor has done. He's done 10 of 22 residential rewire or new wire of these homes. But as of the last 3 weeks, he said he's done additional of them. So I need to verify that maybe next week to go to those homes and make sure they're completed. But one of the major things that I've been working on with one of the Western agency representative from the executive office is home site leases. There's only 7 of these 22 homes that have home site as of right now. And then there's a few of them that are in process because there's paperwork there. So I've been working with Vernon, Willie, to make sure we process these home site leases because in order to possibly complete the project with the chapter is to possibly have some of these homes that haven't been completed on the electrification to go under the Navajo light up through and the executive assistant, which is Joan Gray, she said that she can fast track that to get that working with NQA to get that going. So there's going to be some paperwork that I have to go back to the 22 residents once Rick Pierce completes the electrification or rewire on these homes. So that's the status of that, and hopefully that's 5 minutes, Dillard. Yeah. Any questions before I turn the mic over?
Thank you, Shisham, for that. Okay, so hopefully we'll have our Thanksgiving dinner in that beautiful warehouse. But other than that, that is all the reports that we have right now. Again, if you guys haven't received an agenda, please get with Madam Secretary over here to get an agenda. Okay, with that, we will move on to our action items. And I do greatly appreciate you all for bearing with us on these much needed reports. So, okay, we'll go ahead and read this into the record. TBK 2025-26, correction, 286 2022-001, accepting and approving the September 2025 budget report. We provide that to you guys here. Okay. Okay, the general fund activity is $6,513.51. Personnel is $82,621.63. Trust fund land claim land is $14,537.13. The summer youth employment is $2,691.86. The housing discretionary $5.05. The local governance fund is $12,653.07. Chapter official stipend is $23,434.30. Scholarship general, which is $11,476, and scholarship claims is $0. Public employment is $20,657.29. Veterans is $3,498.80. Emergency fund is $13,695.07. Chapter maintenance fund is $13,987.73. Sales tax is $34,726.92. Capital improvement, which is $15,653. Agricultural, we have fully exhausted that. Unhealthy food taxes is $39,127.70. The ARPA are currently at $156,477.80, which brings us a subtotal of $471,249.86. That is the budget that was done for September. Okay, and that is put into the record. We will go ahead and entertain a motion. Do I have a motion? Lena? Second. Do I have a second?
I motion.
Henry? Thank you. Comments, questions for the budget? Okay, hearing none. Madam Vice President, could you go ahead and take roll? All those in favor, raise your hand up high. Ashwanda, hey. Okay, 35. Let's see here. Elvira Begay, how do you vote? Priscilla Begay, how do you vote? Brandon, how do you vote?
I motion.
36, 37, 30, 37.
I vote too. I
30.
vote too.
Who's this one?
Loretta?
Oh, okay. Where's she? She disappeared. She was in here. Okay, thank you.
I'm on my way to work, so
Oh, okay.
I just went online.
Okay.
He kept calling me Laverne, and I
I'm
kind of got
sorry.
mad.
All right, 34 in favor. Oppose. Abstain.
Excuse me, but I'm too. This is
Who's this?
Priscilla. Priscilla?
Oh. Okay. Priscilla, I think I already got you. 34.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Okay, with that, 34 in favor, 0 opposed, 10 abstain. Being that we have 44 on the sign-in sheet. Okay, moving on. I'm sorry, TBK 2025-286001 passes with 34 in favor, 0 opposed, and 10 abstain. Moving on to number 2. Madam Secretary, could you go ahead and read that into the record?
Hang on. Shne. TPK 2025-286-002, accepting and approving monthly cash receipt deposit for September 2025 in the amount of 1,110.51 cents as budgeted.
Okay, thank you for that. We'll go ahead and go on to a motion. Do I have a motion? Lena? Second?
I motion.
Please. Okay, ready, right? Ready? Curtis? Oh, okay. All right. Motion, we have a second. Comments, questions regarding the cash receipt deposit? Okay, none. We'll move on to call for the vote. Madam Vice President, could you go ahead and take roll? All those in favor, raise your hand up high. Number 2, Yi. Oh, I don't, we already, the one that you motioned. Oh. They were in vote. Oh, thank you. 26, 37, 38, and 39. For those online that voted, 39, 30,
I voted.
39. Okay, all those, we have 39 in favor. Oppose? Abstain? 5. 5. Okay, TBK 2025-286-002 passes with 39 in favor, 0 oppose, 5 abstain. Okay, moving on to number 3. Madam Secretary, could you read that into the record?
TPK 2025-286-003, accepting and approving the budget transfer of 2,000 from 36-6380 building materials to fund 36-6503 repair and maintenance vehicles, $2,000 to cover the shortfall to date that were not anticipated.
Thank you, Madam Secretary, for reading that into the record. Okay, do I have a motion? Gina. Second. Lena. Okay, we have a motion, we have a second. Comments, questions? DDE, that's for the funds to transfer from that funds to building material to the repair and maintenance, because right now the truck has a code on the dashboard and we had to take it in to get it repaired. And so now we have to transfer funds from that to cover the cost for the repair for that big truck that we have out here. That's in support of the ARPA projects. Okay. And that one is the chapter, that's the chapter truck, the big one that we have. That is supporting the chapter operations, but right now they mainly use that for the ARPA project, for the house electrifying, and then also the weatherization project. So they haul materials out there, transport everybody. So they had a code on that thing, and so they had to take it in. So now we're just transferring funds to pay for that. We had passed the list. There's a total of 33 people on that list. So. Okay, no other questions? Call for the vote. All those in favor, raise your hand. Madam Secretary, could you take roll? Oh, sorry. Thank you. 33. Nicole, Brandon, Priscilla, Alvera, how do you guys vote?
I vote yes.
Okay. Approved.
36, 37.
I vote yes too.
Oh, thank you. Got you. 37.
Shit.
37 in favor, oppose. Abstain. 7. TBK 2025-286-003 accept passes with 37 in favor, 0 opposed, 7 abstain. Okay, moving on to number 4. Madam Secretary, could you read that into the record?
TBK 2025-286-004, approving and supporting staff and officials travel to the FY 2025 Reservation Economic Summit on March 23rd, 2026 to March 26, 2026.
Okay, Madam Secretary, thank you very much for reading that into the record. Okay, with that, we have a motion. Lena? Second.
I second.
Loretta? Thank you very much for that. Okay, comments, questions? No comments, questions. Okay. Oh, Thomas. So, okay, the question was, where's the Economic Summit? The Economic Summit is hosted at the Las Vegas area. It is an area where we go to network with contractors. Again, as you guys all know, we did pass that a couple years ago, but that's how we're able to get in touch with Mr. Stanford Lake, because he is a priority one business owner and he has the ability. And so he goes up there to these networking organizations, these conferences. And so we meet one-on-one with contractors to do all of the projects. And so sometimes, there are things where we need a project manager or someone who specializes in other areas. So that is an area where a lot of contractors, federal contractors, even with grants, they'll meet at that location. And so what we typically do on the official side is we're always trying to network with these contractors and the grantees who are offering grants to assist us with our project. So as you guys can see in our resolution, we have a project that we're wanting to kick off, which is our transfer station. So in order for us to get that transfer station off the ground, we're wanting to meet with people up there so we can get a design, planning, figure out how we're going to do all that stuff up there. And the EPA does show up at the conferences. And so those are sort of our resources for that. So, and again, this is only an area where a lot of our native indigenous people come out to show, if they have a construction business or a project management business or electrical, we kind of look for those things. So that's what this is for. Any other comments, questions? Thomas? It is open to everybody, but you have to pay the fee. The fee is about $800 right now. Per individual, yes. Yes. So, and then if you have a business or if you want to be your own person to go up there, because right now there's a sale going on. They call it a flash sale. It's like $800 per person. But after that flash sale, then it goes to like $1,200 per person. So that's why we're trying to, plan ahead for these things. And so we don't want to pay the most.
Are you guys going to be taking money
Say
out of, is
Hold on.
there,
Hold on, Nicole. Thomas, go ahead. That covers the that covers the expense for the registration of the seminar or not the hotel. We have our own allocated budget for travel and all that other stuff. 80, that's all already accounted for that, for travel. Hold on. Anderson, wait. Nicole, go ahead.
Can we see the budget for this?
The budget for this?
You said you guys already have a set budget or funds for this? Do you guys do? Do you guys have that?
So Nicole, according to our operation budget for what we carried over, we have line items inside of our budget that account for like personnel and travel, lodging, all that other stuff. AD, we're taking funds, the funds that were allocated to those line items have already been done. So what we're doing is we're taking money from that fund to support our travel and the funding for that. Again, it's like with any of the other officials or staff, if there's plans for them to go to a meeting in Window Rock, or there's plans for them to go to Tuba City for, let's say, another seminar or training, again, each organization already accounts for travel and all that stuff in their operating budget. So we already have that allocated in there. And so that's where the funds will be used to travel to this organization, this summit. Anderson. So the question. Okay. The question was that why do we need to go all the way out there to look for a contractor? And what is the benefit out of that? Again, Anderson, to answer that question is that we had met with Stanford Lake here, who we didn't know anything about his organization during that time when we were looking for a contractor a turnkey contractor to build a warehouse. And so like I explained earlier, is a lot of native companies, they'll go out that way to offer their services, to advertise for their services, and we'll go out that way. Not only that, there's like other organizations like the planning and the designing. We've already met with a couple of architects firms, and we've already met with a couple of the planning firms to do the public safety building, the senior center buildings, and then down at the Commerce Center. So during the last meetings, I've already shown the recreational building, the senior center, the public safety building, all that stuff. It was when we were speaking with those individuals on how to get these projects done. They provided us vector drawings, they provided us all that stuff. So that's the reason why we go over there, to make those contacts with them so we can get our projects underway. Like everything else here, when we're a certified chapter. We will go out there to seek for these individuals to help us complete our projects. We don't want these projects staying in our Navajo Nation. Like right now, council is asking about the capital outlay funds, where there's many projects that are just staying. They're at a standstill. And here, we're over here wanting to be proactive in it, so that way we can take that fund out and get these things going. So, Aina, does that answer your question, Anderson? Okay, Billy. Tasho, Lina, wait there. Thank you.
the National Center for American Indian Enterprise Development. They're the ones that are sponsoring this summit. It's not a one-time summit. They do it throughout the year. I've been to their summits. The throughout the nation, their membership. So their resources, not only those 3 days, but every day of the year, their resources to find whatever resource you need, find money, to find donors, to find whatever funds are out there. So this organization, that's who's doing the summit. I went to one down in San Diego and a couple others. So you're asking, it's not for only people that show up at that meeting. So their resources are, like I said, throughout the United States. So I don't mind having representation in person over there. It's just a matter of how effective those people are. So I understand. But this money, last year, carry over. Auto chose no. So right now, the 2026 budget, that's why when the budget is read, the budget is not all there yet. It's going to grow. We'll have more resources, more money. Thank you.
Okay, thank you for that. Lena. Okay. Okay. Thank you, Shma, for that. Teshon, let me look for. So again, like I stated already, is in our travel budget, we have already allocated funding to attend like seminars and then also to attend travel, all that stuff. That all comes out of that operating budget. I guess this resolution right here is just to let you guys know out of transparency that that's where we're wanting to go so we can seek those resources. And so we understand, I guess, like a lot of these organizations, they always say that, oh, you're just going over there to Las Vegas and then you're just doing whatever over there. And we want to be able to be frank with you as our leaders or as our community constituents here to let you know that that's where we're planning on going to get these services in place. So that's where some of the money will be going as far as our travel budget. So I hope that answers your question, Lena. Wayne.
And the one I went to was Rosebud Creek expedition in Las Vegas. And for the community's information, is to do with different areas in the construction. What we kind of get the impression of is, hey, oh, what is, I love you, that kind of thing. Yeah. Like, ribbons, is representation. Various sectors of the construction, which is residential, commercial, residential, commercials, and heavy civil, and industrial. All sorts of contractors of the, America come together, and they're there to present their invention, perhaps, or even share throughout the technology. Lots of technology that goes through, the management of construction.
No, we need it for the people can hear online.
Well,
Yeah.
so there is breakout seminars that are into very detailed subject matter and all the various construction materials, supplies, of line production, and then the style of how they deliver construction projects. For example, the traditional way of delivery and also project management of procurement, design build, and then all sorts of native people come to this area. It's to do with Indian country, they call it. Housing authorities, we all meet there, and then chapters, they meet there, and their personnel. And it's critical to know what's going on out there outside of our reservation. So they further, of course, lay out their, their masters of technology and so forth. So if you're into this construction business, you're there at hand, and then it's pretty interesting. It goes down further, and they even predict also what's coming economically, and then how it impacts our, economy here on the reservation. So that much I just want to say, and it's for people that are well in the business, that are versed in construction. Otherwise, if you're just to go, I think that's a waste. Otherwise, if you're really significant to represent your people at the level of the government, it is productive, Quaggy. And then so in the event of your return, maybe we can sit down again throughout chapter meeting and present what's happened or what's said and what you've learned and so forth. So yeah, the money is like pretty high, 800 per individual. And, I think it's worth it if you put your time into it and, spend as much time on time to be at these seminars.
Thank you, Ts'ah, for that. Again, just wanted to, I guess, thank you for these words. Again, it's not only just contractors, but there's also other tribes and other native organizations that do come out and they present their ideas. There was an idea that there was out there for like hydroponics in a drought area. And so that was one thing that, we kind of would like to go ahead and partake and do here, maybe like a community garden in hydroponics where planting like lettuce and all that other stuff here, community. So that's those type of things that we want to go ahead and include in our plan for the future. So that's going to be the last question. Otto, we'll go ahead and move on to vote because I think we went ahead and
Chair Shida.
Eric Delmar.
Okay. Go ahead.
Yeah, I just want to say a quick comment on this. I've been to this summit 3 times for the government
and also as a LLC. So, let me introduce myself first. My name is Eric Delmar, although Dan, and my mom is the late Lorraine Delmar. But I wanted to quickly follow up with the president and also this line item that it's not only, I know how Las Vegas gets a bad rap in the national news and native news, but I see it's a one-stop shop. All the vendors, all the representatives, state, local, federal governments, and like my friend Stanford said, it's a priority, business priority level 1, 2 that deal with the federal government, and they're also all pre-approved through the SBC, SBA. So all these companies that are there are take on tribal contracts, federal contracts. So it's very beneficial to our leaders that are overworked already and also pressed for time to go to this place to get all this knowledge. So I did this. Yeah.
Okay, thank you very much for that. Okay, with that, we'll go ahead and close the discussion on that. So we'll go ahead and call for the vote on this. All those in favor, raise your hand up high. Up high. Okay, total 35 in favor. Oppose? Abstain? 9. Okay, TBK 2025-286-004 passes with 35 in favor, 0 opposed, 9 abstain. Okay, moving on to number 5, Madam Secretary.
TPK 2025-286-005, approving and supporting the extension of the specialty position into 2026 fiscal year for another term of 80 hours.
Okay. Thank you, Madam Secretary, for reading that into the record. Do I have a motion? Lena. Second. Delphine. Okay, comments, questions? Lena. Dee Iggy right here is 280 hours. That is 5 days, 8 hours a day for one whole year. Just 1 year. So this is just for one fiscal year. Oh. Oh. Okay. But any other questions? Okay. No questions. We'll go ahead and move on to call for the vote. Madam Secretary, could you go ahead and call for the vote? All those in favor, raise your hand. $32. Opposed? Abstain, 12. Alrighty. Moving on down to 32. Oh, sorry. I'm sorry. Do that. TBK 2025-286-005 passes with 32 in favor, 0 opposed, and 12 abstain. Moving on to number 6, Madam Secretary.
TBK 2025-286-006, supporting Navajo Nations Council legislation number 2019-25 to restore funding for the legislative and judicial branches in the Navajo Nation fiscal year 2026 comprehensive budget.
Thank you, Madam Secretary, for that. Do I have a motion? Lena. Second.
I
Billy.
motion.
Billy motions. Thank you. Comments, questions? Lena. This resolution is to support Navajo Nation Council to restore funding to the legislative branch and the judicial branch. Sean, Sean, Boo Niger and Ahi line item vetoed all of the legislative branch and then judicial. BDEG right here is to restore that funding to those organizations. Oh no, we're a $2 billion we're a $2 billion organization. Okay. Motion. Okay, we have a motion. We have a second. Call for the vote. All those in favor, raise your hand. Madam Secretary, if you could do the roll.
I agree.
Me. Me.
20, 1, 2,
Approve.
28. 28. 32. 32. Oppose. Abstain. 12. TBK 2025-286-006 passes with 32 in favor, 0 opposed, and 12 abstain. Number 7.
TPA 2025-286-007, recommending the 25th Navajo Nation Council and Navajo Election Administration Board of Election Supervisor to work in unison to place Navajo Nation President Dr. Boo Van Nygren on administrative leave without paying, and have Navajo Nation Vice President Michelle Matoya as acting Navajo Nation President due to the breach of fiduciary trust to the Navajo people, and such leave will serve the best interests of the Navajo people.
Okay, thank you for that, Madam Secretary. Motion. Lena, the motion? Okay, Lena, second.
I second.
Wayne? Junior, okay, Wayne. Junior, all right. Okay, we have a motion, we have a second. Comments, questions? Lena? This resolution is to put Navajo Nation President Dr. Boo Van Nygren on administrative leave without pay, and to put the VP Rochelle Montoya as the acting president. The reason why we wanted to put him on administrative leave is because of the chaos that is going on in Window Rock. There's just this whole thing about him transferring money from the Missing and Murdered Indigenous Peoples organization. Apparently he transferred all the funds that were from that organization and he moved it into his travel funds. The same thing with the Four Corners search and rescue, where you have the K9 units that are searching for missing people out there, or to look for remains or anything like that. The organization was apparently given some funding, operational costs to assist with their organization. But apparently some of that funds were transferred over to his travel budget, from what I understand. Not only that, he has also caused some issues with the Zinni Homes, ADE, that's under investigation. So just like in any organization that you guys go into, if there is an alleged issue that is going on, you're immediately put on suspended leave or something like that until the investigation is done. He's still up there, he's still making decisions. And we need to have, we all here as Navajo people, as the community members, we all ask for transparency. We all ask for being honest, the integrity. So this resolution right here, again, is for you guys to decide whether we should be able to put him on leave, because he made those decisions, and some of those decisions, you have to have some consequences to that. Once the investigation's all over and whatnot, whether he's okay, or if something else happens that he did probably do some fraud or whatever you want to call it, then that's where this should step in, where he should be able to step down. But right now, we're pending an investigation, and we should be able to have him be put on leave until that investigation is over. This one here is to request the Navajo Nation Council and the Board of Elections to work together to put Dr. Bhuvan Nigran on administrative leave until the investigation is over. If anything should happen, then that's where the vice president takes on that role to execute the duties of the Navajo Nation. Oh, we still have our president, but this one here is just to have that stepping stone to say, hey, Pajoye, we need to wait until the investigation's over. You need to make sure that you're put on leave until this is all done, because what happens right now, I mean, he could be covering up, or he could be doing something else that we don't know of, messing with this investigation. So that's why we're pushing this resolution, hopefully have that stance and be able to say, hey, we need to stop and we need to look at this, what's going on first. Oh, and that's the reason why the Western Agency meeting, we went ahead and did a no confidence for him. So that was also another thing. Oh, just window rock. Okay. No further questions. Call for the vote. All those in favor, raise your hand up high.
I motion.
Approve. I vote yes too.
32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39. Yeah, 39. Oh. 39 in favor. Oppose. Nicole, do you oppose?
No, that's my green flag. Sorry.
Oh, okay. I just saw a thumbs up, so. All right. Abstain, 5. TVK 2025-286-007 passes 39 in favor, 0 opposes, and 5 abstain. Okay. Thank you very much for
Let's
that.
see. TBK 2025-286-008, approving and supporting Sahasan Fund transfer of 64,000 from Ts'ah Bii Kin Power Line Project to Ts'ah Bii Kin Warehouse Project due to increase in costs.
Okay. Motion. Eric and Curtis. Eric and Curtis, motions and seconds. Comments, questions? Again, it for you said November 26th, yeah, it'd be done. Oh, warehouse, it'd be done. DDEG right here is for the electrification, so the hookup right here, it needs to be upgraded. So this one right here is to transfer the funds from that electrical project to cover the expense for the warehouse project. And that's just for this. Call for the vote. All those in favor, raise your hand up high.
Approve.
I also approve.
Approve.
27, 20, 34, 37. 37 in favor. Oppose. Abstain. 7. TBK 2025-286-008 passes with 37 approved, 0 opposed, 7 abstain. Number 9.
TBK 2025-286-009, approving and supporting Sahasan transfer of 2,809 and 59 cents or 55 cents from Ts'ah Bii Kin chapter house wiring project to Ts'ah Bii Kin houseware project due to increase in costs.
Okay, motion.
I
Wayne?
motion.
And Loretta?
I
Motion?
motion.
Thank you. Wayne and Loretta motion second, or I'm sorry, questions? Thomas? And it's gonna be completed in, oh, for this, the warehouse, yeah, oh, the electrical projects right here, they're out of a different pot of money, so the Sihasan, yeah. The completion date on these projects is when we take the funds out of that and put it towards the warehouse, then those projects. Stanford, you said the 26th, right?
Yeah, go ahead. The 26th, yeah. Probably, no. The only change is NTA wanted this additional costs. So what you guys approved that, so that what the chapter will do is pay NTA that amount so they can complete the the design and then also to work on putting in the poles and then running the lines to that electrical box that Rick put up. So, yeah. In the
no.
contract,
No,
in
no,
the
no.
contract, we don't have that because it's an ARPA fund project and we just make sure that we want to do it in a year and a couple months because the actual, say this is an ARPA project, it's due by December.
This next year and the end of the year.
Yep, go ahead.
So the ARPA projects, the funds aid expires December of 2026. So like I was telling you, Shda, was that here we're trying to be advantageous about getting these projects done. So I, as the chapter manager and the chapter officials, we gave him a deadline to complete this thing in 9 months. So there's no added cost to this to get it done after this. But NTUA gave us their design, and that's what they stated was it was $53,000 to that was the quote just to do this. So there's no other added cost to this. It's just 53 grand just to upgrade the line and hook up the warehouse. That's it. Hold on, Billy, wait, hold on. Hold on. Billy, hey, Billy, hold on. Thomas. Okay. So Thomas, right now there's no penalty on this. Okay. Okay. All right. Wayne.
So there will be no discrepancy on the stations, $1 million project. So it's so certificate of occupancy is the question. Then after that, everything's final, and everything's safety, everything's complete.
Yeah.
No other discussions.
That's the reason why the 26th would be the date of when that is actually complete. Everything over there is complete, but the only thing we're waiting on is just the wiring. The electrical box and everything else, the inside wiring is already going to be done by that date. We're just waiting on NTUA to hook it up, like how you guys hook up your house inside, then you have the electrical box. And then NTUA comes in and hooks up into the electrical box to turn on your lights. That's all we're waiting on, the same thing. Okay. Call for the vote. All right. All those in favor, raise your hand. Light it up.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. 23.
I vote.
30.
I vote.
I vote as well, Melina.
41. Opposed? Abstained? 3. Okay, TDK
I vote green.
286-009. Passes 41 in favor, 0 opposed, 3 abstain.
Location 36 degrees, 3652.4 north, 110 degrees. I don't know, 4705-0 west from 1.5 acre. This designation was approved by the Resources and Development Committee, RDC under RDJ CJN-33-15, which delegates authority to Director of the Navajo Land Department to approve land withdrawal on the Navajo Nation and approve the administration rules and regulation for the land withdrawal.
Okay, motion. Thomas, you motion?
I will motion, and there's 3 of them that are on the agenda. Why don't we just put them together?
Okay. We have a motion by Thomas. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Nicole seconds. Okay, Thomas, question.
There's three of the same
Hold on real quick.
same agenda. Why don't
Oh, hold on real quick. Let's Thomas for talk here. So you're motioning that you want to add 10, 13, and 17 on one motion?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. Okay, Thomas is motioning to add 10, 13, and 17. Nicole, do you concur?
Yes.
Okay, Nicole concurs with the second motion. So with that, we'll go ahead and have 13 and 17 read into the record. Madam Secretary, could you read those into the record, just 13 and 17?
13, TPK 2025-286-013, approving supporting the land withdrawal designation for Calamity Burial Plot located at GPS location 3637, 16.19 north, 110, 4359-51 west for 1.5 acre. This designation was approved by the Resources and Development Committee, RDC under the RDCJN-33-15, which delegates authority to the Director of the Navajo Land Department to approve land withdrawals on the Navajo Nation and approve the administrative rules and regulation for the land withdrawal. 17. TBK 2025-286-017, approving supporting the land withdrawal designation for the Bryant burial plot located at GPS location 35.8 north, 110, 37-1 west for 1.5 acre. This designation was approved by the Resources and Development Committee, RDC, under RDCJN-36-15, which delegates authority to the Director of Navajo Land Department to approve land withdrawals on the Navajo Nation and approve the administrative rules and regulation for the land withdrawal.
Okay, so we have read into the record 10, 13, and 17, according to the motioning parties. Now, call for the question, not call for the question, questions for those 3 resolutions. Billy? Huh? I'm sorry, wait, could you repeat it? Yes. No. Second party is Nicole Curley, so that she is not a part of the motioning party. She doesn't have it. And so there's only one, that's Thomas. So does that clarify your question? Okay. Any other questions? Jamie? Oh, Wayne and Thomas, you guys already have your paperwork, yeah. So, and, oh, so yes, that answers the question. Curtis? So what a good resource right now is to get with, Danielle, to get with her. But, so if you guys, again, if you guys need your, land withdrawal for your family plot, a good resource is to get with Danielle. Raise your hand real quick, just so everyone sees you. Because she's the one who's going through all that process to get the policies and all that 80. She would be the person to ask. But you can get it online at let me see here. These guys here, let me pull it up here. These guys here would be your point of contacts to get that Navajo Nation General Land Development Department, GLDD. You would scroll down here, and then right here would be the land withdrawal designations, but there is the burial and cemetery. So there's the application for you guys to go ahead and print that out, fill those stuff out, get with Danielle over there to go over your policies and procedures and all that stuff, get the grid coordinates. And then the one thing you want to get is the people that are the deceased relatives that are already in that location, to get their names and all that stuff and put it in your policy, all that stuff. And then after that, once that's done, then you can come here to the chapter meeting, next planning meeting, and we can introduce the resolution. The ones that I require is I need the grid coordinates. You're only allocated 1.5 acres. So those family plots are only allocated 1.5 acres for now. I'm pretty sure later on you can increase it. So that's what's going on. That's where you get the, does that answer your question? Okay. Oh, and then again, on the chapter side, I'm just letting you guys all know that myself as your president, in order for things to get done in a timely fashion, I had already stated back in January to get your family plot, burial plots done as soon as you can. Because at the end of this year, I'm going to go ahead and we're going to get all 62 family plots, or 59 family plots now, once these resolutions pass. We're going to go ahead and convert them all over to community plots. And then that will go fall under the jurisdiction of the chapter house, according to their policies and procedures. Just so that it gets done, because I'm telling you right now, it seems to have, we've been waiting on it, and I kind of want to hurry up and get those things done. So that's where you get it. Okay. Any other questions, comments? None. Call for the vote. All those in favor. Again, this is for 10, 13, and 17.
I agree.
approve.
I agree as well.
39. Oppose. Abstain. 5. TBK 2025-286-017, 013, and 017 passes. 39 in favor, 0 oppose, 5 abstain.
TBK 2025-286-011, accepting, supporting for financial student assistance and the eligibility of applicants in the amount requested.
Let me pull it back up here real quick, sorry. Number 11 right here. So we have one applicant. Let's see here. Motion, I guess. We'll go ahead and entertain a motion for the number 11, student financials. Yours here.
I motion.
Your name. Nijit. Dan. Delmar. Oh, yeah, that's right. Dan Delmar. Adolina, seconds. Okay. All right, we have, let me go ahead and get this here. Eric. All right, well, I do want to go ahead and say, we have one applicant right now. Oh, one. Atlago. Oh, Atla. Oh. And Eric, or Mr. Dan, I'm going to ask if we could go ahead and withdraw your motion, because this is in reference to your son. So if someone, if you can, Curtis will motion. And then Lena, you second? Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and remove Dan and we'll put Curtis. Okay. With that, we have Eric Delmar. If you could just quickly come up here and briefly provide your name and then also the degree you're planning on going to, or all that stuff. That'll be greatly appreciated.
Yeah, it's Enana. Again, my name is Eric Delmar. Good to meet you guys. Some of you haven't seen in a long time. Recently, last April 2024, I had a 6 nerve palsy. So my nerve in my left eye would stop working. And that whole process took about 12 months to heal. And in December, I had to resign from my government job. And during that time, I kind of did a lot of reflecting. And my previous job, I was an IT specialist, security for the government within the IHS Human Health Services. And I've been doing that for about 8 years in the Phoenix area. And I also worked in Nevada, Tucson area, and at times on the Navajo area. So, my eye got my 6th nerve. And during that time, I wanted to go back to school. A lot of my schooling had to do with IT. But as I'm getting older and my kids are in middle school and I have a little one in 1st grade, I kind of wanted to go back to education. And the last time I taught was in 2005 at Shanto, at the high school when it was first built for Dr. Yazi. So within this self-reflection and with my eye, I decided to go back to teaching. So my teaching will be an undergraduate for education over at NAU. So I'm part of this program right now, CCC to NAU, yeah. And this will help me sustain my tuition. And I'm trying not to I'm trying to stay out of loans. So a lot of things is Pell Grant and also assistance is how I'm gonna get by. So yeah, thank you.
Thank you for that. Okay, comments, questions? None? Call for the vote. All those in favor, raise your hand, and Madam Secretary or VP, could you go ahead and take roll?
I agree.
I agree as well.
$36. Totals 36 in favor. Opposed? Abstain? 8. Okay. TBK 2025-286-011 passes 36 in favor, 0 opposed, 8 abstain. Moving on, number 12.
TPK 2025-286-012, approving and supporting assistance to veteran Marlena Crank for hardship of $398. Assist as determined eligibility based on Ts'ah Bii Veteran Organization policy.
Okay, motion. Delphina or Delphine and Lena. Comments, questions? She is a veteran of this community. Okay. Oh, okay. Okay. No comments, no questions. Moving on down to call for the vote. All those in favor, raise your hand. And Madam Vice President, could you take roll? $38. Okay. Oppose? Abstain? 6. Oh, 6. So with that, TBK 2025-286-012 passes 38 in favor, 0 opposed, 6 abstain. Moving on, 14.
TPK 2025-286-014, demanding at the Division of Aging and Long-Term Care Support, Deltex,
Yeah.
and the Division of Community Development, DCD, immediately began designing meetings and construction planning for Ts'ah Bii Senior Citizen Project.
Okay, motion. Danielle, second.
I motion.
Who's seconds?
Albaya, Sige.
Okay, thank you. Okay, we have a Danielle's motion, second by Albaya. Okay. Comments, questions? Lena? Oh, we're talking about the senior center, yes.
Are fixing it or is it something that has to be done?
So if it's worth, is there something worth fixing or does it have to be demolished? There's two things. Right now is the senior center currently has, issues with their OEH came in, did an inspection and there's issues with that. So they might be subject to close sometime. I think they're closed right now, right? I think, right? Yeah, they're closed now because some of the inspections, but those are due to like, we need to have a floor drain in the kitchen and we don't have one there. So that's gonna cost some funding. But Ts'ah Bii King chapter has already got $4.2 million to get a new facility. So what we're waiting on is Navajo Nation to get with us so we can start that planning, because ever since October of last year, council passed that resolution to allocate $4.2 million to the chapters. Well, to our chapter, because we put in that money in there. We requested that. Since October to now, I've had 5 meetings with them. And each of those 5 meetings, we had to re-explain what we're wanting to do. And they've had so many turnovers at Winteron. So it's another person I have to re-explain, go through this whole process again. And they're over here, you get a new person and then they finally want to know, okay, what's going on? What's the status? How do they leave? And then another person comes in, does the same thing. So ever since then, I've been trying to get someone to meet with us so we can get these things going. Even the Navajo Nation president, when he came here, he said, I will go ahead and give you guys the $4.2 million so you guys can do the project yourselves, which is what I asked, what we asked him to do, is give us the funding so we can execute our project ourselves, because we're a certified chapter. But it has been to deaf ears up there. So hopefully this thing here will help me give the oversight committee the push them to get a meeting with us so we can do this. And no, that's why this resolution's here.
So location, so for that new facility?
We're gonna put it back over here. That, yes,
As long as we have land there.
there's already utilities. We'll just push it though.
Yeah.
Okay. Wayne,
So there's fingers here. We've already done the feasibility specs. Okay. And then also there's some extent of demolition. In order to get the infrastructure. Sewer. I know. Maybe electrical, and also. The general. Like the foundation. Now, all of those are setting, you know. And then that determines the project. Budget, so that. And then furthermore, when it's being managed properly. How much community involvement there will be. I mean, as far as presentations, maybe prepared from here, as a good update. And then also with the architect that they get involved. Well, pretty much lay out the whole floor plan, or to meet the criteria of senior center. Okay, so these are kind of like some very important, you know, I guess transparency for them. I'm trying to have for them. So who's the project manager?
right now we don't have one. Here is VP. According to Title 26, the VP oversees the project.
Okay.
So we do have that.
So in the process, I'm hoping that we can involve the architect here in order to do presentation, renderings and such. In terms of, preparing for the community.
Will do. Billy?
Get that, do that. We get, I understand, we need that regulation. Yeah, I understand that, so, forecasting here, that's it. I'm not against that.
Go ahead.
We can divide about all right here.
Yep.
Okay, well, moving.
Okay. Okay, we have a motion and a second. I call for the vote. All those in favor, raise your hand up high.
Point of order.
Good. Point of order. Lena?
I have a question. The J one was not feasible, for sure, there's stuff. Where's that location that you guys are looking at, I should say? So that way, it's both going.
So I guess the point of privilege to ask that, to your question. Again, that community master planning design back there behind this TV has all that. Down there at the bottom by where we were gonna put the public safety building, oh, I forgot to report that, we're not getting a public safety building, just so you know. Shanto's getting it and Navajo Mountain. So, being that that land has already been allocated, there's these other locations that we can put it to. So we can put it down there at the crossroads, we can put it across the street down at the vending area, but we kind of already have plans for those areas, so. I thought we already have land withdrawals. All we gotta do is if we're gonna move it to another location, all we gotta do is update that land withdrawal. That's it. But right now, this area for the senior center has already been withdrawn. So our plan is to keep it there. Okay? If everything else goes good, everything should be there because we already have a septic going over there. We already have utilities, everything over there. It's just trying to get Navajo Nation to come here to get that discussion. Call for the vote. Call for the vote. Again, all those in favor, raise your hand.
I agree. Approve.
27. 44.
44. Okay. That is a unanimous vote. Oppose. Abstain. 44, correction, 0. So 44-0-0, PBK 2025-286-1014 passes 44 in favor, 0 opposed, 0 abstain. Okay. Moving on, number 15.
15, TBK 2025-286-015, approving and supporting the revision to community land use planning committee, CLUPC bylaws and operations.
Okay. Okay. Motion. Lena, your motion? Lena, your motion? Okay. Second. Delphine. Comments, questions? None, call for the vote. All those in favor, raise your hand up high.
Point of order.
I agree.
Hold on.
The planning operation by law. We have that online or you have.
Okay, so hold on real quick. Your appointed privilege, because there was no policy, I guess no, okay. Danielle, can you come up here and provide the presentation to Linda, who's requesting for that Or Jamie, President, can you provide the updates to the plan of operations and bylaw?
The one that, I'm sorry, I don't have the resolution on my agenda. Anyway, you revise the policy that, every 4 years, you have to revise it, or you revise, the only thing that will change is about the meeting, is, Friday, when that's on that meeting. We moved it to Thursday because, the chapter house is like the nothing goes so hard to get that. The chapter is supposed to come in and define, papers. And usually there's a lot of things going on. Every, I think, every has on the or what's used to so, procedure, the procedure is the same thing. They, but I thought I had on yeah. You might be make sure you come to our meeting. Problem or question, come to our meeting.
Email it.
They got them on Thursday.
Just email it to me, can you?
Yeah.
You want me to read the whole thing? It's,
Just scroll it.
Just scroll.
You have it signed, you'll be better too.
I don't have it on, it's, we can get it printed out, but I don't have it online, I don't. I can email it to you. I'll email it to Dellard.
Okay, once, so what do you want us to go through the entire thing, or do you want us to post it and then you can review it?
Just a heading.
Okay, if you can hurry up, email it to me, then we can just go ahead and go through it. Yeah. Yeah, all right, guys.
No document or report to the community.
Did everybody get some food here? All right, good. Was the sandwich good? Okay. Well, that's good. Or can you log into the meeting and then present it? I mean, if that's faster.
I can just print it out and post it on board. Yeah.
Does that work for you? Come on.
We
Well, you have to log into the Zoom in order to share it. So right now,
can print it out.
It's taking a while for me to log into the Zoom, it's just spinning.
if the internet, see,
Yeah.
Just print a copy.
Okay.
yeah, does that work?
Next time I go on my computer and check the chapter and a minute or 20 minutes. And then it's online. Activate, enjoy that on this.
Okay. All right. Well, go ahead.
Where we're at. Hardly even reception. So, we gotta get that too.
Yeah. Post it, okay. All right, we'll post it. So, okay, we'll go ahead and post it. All right. Motion, we have a motion, we have a second. We'll go ahead and call for the vote this time. All those in favor, raise your hand.
I agree. Approve.
32. Okay. Opposed? Abstain? 10. No. 8. Okay, 32, let's see, TBK 2025-286-015 passes, 32 in favor, 0 opposed, 8 abstain. Okay, moving on to number 16. Madam Vice President, could you read that into the record? Number 16.
Number 16. 2025-386-015. Approving and supporting the job of Ts'ah Bii funds in the amount of
16,000 from the Ts'ah Bii Solid Waste Transfer Station project to implement and complete the project.
Okay, motion. Gina and Lena. Okay, we have a motion, we have a second. Comments, questions? This one here is to draw down the funds because this is one of our projects that we put in the capital outlay fund. We have 216,000 in that amount over there. What we're asking is to take that amount, put it over here so we can execute the project, get it designed, get it planned, and hopefully implement a solid waste transfer station. We already have land out there in that area. It's going to be right by the Crossroads store behind it. There's going to be a little area for it. So that right there would be for the solid waste. So all your trash and whatnot will be going over there. Okay. Hold on. Let me show you. One look here is going to be back here on this side, this little plane. South of the wash, right here, in this flat area. Yep. And so that's what we're going to go ahead and do is make sure that we put the erosion barriers there and erosion barriers all around. So we can have that here. There's this location is what we proposed. And then the other location would be back here in this area. Being that we had already withdrawn 15 acres all around here, we're going to put possibly right in this area as well. So. Okay. Any other questions? Call for the vote. All those in favor, raise your hand up high.
I agree.
Approve. I agree as well.
36 in favor, oppose. 1. Abstain. 7. TBK 2025-286-016 passes 36 in favor, 1 opposed, 7 abstain. Okay, moving on to the last and final one. Number 18, Madam Secretary.
TPK 2025-286-018, approving, supporting to compensate public employment program office specialists participating for Veterans Day, Thanksgiving, Navajo Nation Family Day, Christmas Day, New Year Day, and appreciation to their dedication to community project and event.
Okay, motion. Delphine, second. Gina. Comments, questions? This one right here is for the PEP employee who's the office specialist, so Virginia. Being that we have already approved 2,080 hours for the year. The thing is, we don't pay our PEP employees holiday or anything like that. So this one right here would be to be able to, like, if we have a day off on Christmas or something like that, that will pay for her to have her 8 hours for that day. Oh, so like, well, today's Indigenous Day, but if we were a federal government, then yeah, she would get paid for today. But like the Navajo Nation holiday, like the Veterans Day, you know, we're closed here so that our office staff are also off. But since she's a temporary / PEP employee, she only gets 8 hours for the full day that she works, but she doesn't get holiday pay. So that would be this. Call to the vote. Okay, all those in favor, raise your hand up high.
I agree.
I agree, but you spelled employment wrong.
We'll make that correction. 28, 29, 30,
Thank
31.
you.
2, oh, 32. 32. Oppose. Abstain. 12. TBK 2025-286-018 passes 32 in favor, 0 opposed, 12 abstain. Number 19 and number 20 are to be determined. Again, no resolutions were provided. Moving on down to announcements. We have the St. Mary's food distribution on the 27th here at the Chapter House. Again, November 2nd is the daylight savings time. So again, make sure you push your hour back, I think is what it was. So we fall back. Okay, then the chapter meetings today, next chapter meetings on the 3rd for the planning meeting. And then we have our next chapter meeting on the 10th, not November or not October, but it's on the 10th. Then grazing is all provided, permittees, Western Agency Grazing, Sea Club, veterans, and then the NOS Regional Council. With that, that is our announcements. That is our business for today. We'll go on to adjournment. Motion to adjourn. Jamie. Okay. No, you guys said you guys left it on the 23rd. Yeah. We- uh,
Hello?
Stand by, hold on. It's on the 23rd. So we move it to the 30th for your Club C, right? Okay. Club C, the correction on that is the 30th. Club C. So we'll do that. Okay. Before we adjourn, is there any other comments or questions?
Yes, I have a question. This is Albaya again.
Go ahead.
I don't know if it's any late, but do you guys help out with like hardship, like solar payment?
The solar portion, we don't have a policy for that. No, we don't.
No, I mean, I have a solar, I have a solar, but I didn't make a payment. So my solar, is off. So I have no electric right now. And I wanted to know, do you guys help out with that? Like to make a payment, like a one-time payment?
Let's go ahead and if you can, go ahead and give the chapter house a call, and then they can walk you
Okay.
through what services they have. Okay?
Oh, okay. All right. Thank you.
Lena.
I'm here for the meeting.
Oh.
I wanted to back from ten, second one. Yeah, it could be changed. Further, this is not. Pero, we need to get that pulled up, because it's not ours. We paid for that area, and they're just using that area for their trailers. We want them to move it. I want the community to know that. Because we didn't do that. If you could only have the opposite, there's the legal, so that's legal, other chapter. So anyway, now, I want the official to notify that I see the Havana, that's what the fish, other day, first, yeah. Other than that, senior center, use that senior center there in case open to the hall, yeah. So we can use that in that term. So, yeah.
Okay.
He will go to the planning people. For their removal of the trailer. Which trailer it is, they need to move it.
Okay, Shimon, we already have that conversation with EMS and they're working on figuring out how they're gonna move it. So I thought also, we're in contact with the Shanto.
What's there?
We're in discussion. Oh, we're in discussion with them right now. Oh,
Okay,
hey, motion to adjourn.
yes.
Henry and Gina, or Lena. Time is 1:33 PM. All those in favor, raise your hand up high.
I agree.
Nine, 30, 31, 31. 31, opposed. Abstain. 13. Okay, motion to adjourn, 1:33 PM, 33 in favor, 0 opposed. Correction, 31 in favor, 0 opposed, 13 abstained. All right, thank you guys all for coming to the meeting. You guys all have a wonderful day. Thank you guys all for those that joined online. You guys all have a wonderful day wherever you guys may be. So other than that, everybody say bye to them on the camera here. We'll see you guys. All right.
Thank you. Have a good day.
Bye-bye.